Let's talk about some sunchokes or some Jerusalem artichokes. Good morning and welcome to Willow's Green Permaculture. Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes are a really wonderful plant to have. Why? But for several reasons. First of all, they're beautiful. I'm sorry I don't have any that aren't all dried up to show you, because normally they look like sunflowers, except that the flowers aren't very big and they grow in groups. A very, very pretty plant, but it's a pretty plant that feeds you. And it's also a pretty plant that grows just about anywhere. And if you're looking for a plant that'll help you build your soil in areas where not much else grows, well, these will grow. But you have to be careful. Don't put them in your main garden if you have more than one, because they'll take over whatever spot that you put them in. They'll completely take it over, especially if it's sunny. And so be careful where you plant them. But this is a plant that will feed you a great deal. And they're basically, they're these tubers. Now these are a little bit shriveled because they've been sitting in this basket since the homesteading conference I was at, the Eastern Ontario Homesteading Conference. I had harvested a bunch that were growing and that I had growing in little pots for that conference, and I sold a bunch of them, but I still had some left, and I've been holding on to them until doing this video because I wanted to have them before I start to digging up some other ones here, because I got some other ones here, and I've also got some I've got some other plants right here behind me, and I've also got some plants in another spot that I'll show you. Now, you cook them like potatoes, except that, you know, a whole bunch of them like this, maybe a dozen of them like this, they'll cook in a pot of water in about 10 minutes max, probably less. They'll get nice and soft. They have a nutty flavor, so they actually have a flavor. Potatoes are more bland. These actually have a nice little flavor to them, except that you have to be careful because for some people, they give some people gas. These things give me gas, except for if you prepare them in certain ways that I'm not exactly sure how the way is, but I've had them once or twice where they didn't give me gas. And so I've got to figure that one out. And like I said, the other thing you have to be careful of is where you plant them. But what's wonderful about the Jerusalem artichoke or the sunchoke is it's a prebiotic. What does that mean? It means that it's going to feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut that helps you digest your food, that helps keep you healthy, that helps you maintain a diverse microflora in your gut. And that's probably why they give you gas, because they feed those bacteria. And so every time you eat these things, the beneficial bacteria in your gut have a party. And that party can be a bit explosive, to put it one way. So now today I'm going to harvest these ones, because as you can see, they're all dry and all done. I've got a whole bunch here. I got it. And so let's get started. First I'll pull one up, or one or two up. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use the shovel to harvest these. Let's see what we got here. I got some little ones here. These will be good for replanting. Oh, they'll be good for eating too. A friend of ours, Helen, who's an herbalist, told us that sunchokes are high in Inulin, that's the prebiotic in them. Oh, cut one. Where's that cut one? And she said that basically you can cook them. There that one is. You can cook them and dry them. And and then make them into a powder and add that powder to your yogurt, and it will feed the beneficial bacteria in the yogurt. It'll make your yogurt even better, and it will feed you because of the inulin. And that inulin, there are a lot of people that can really benefit from inulin because it slows the release of sugar into the bloodstream. It helps with blood sugar management. It's very beneficial for diabetics. Now, I'm not a doctor, so this is the sort of thing you need to verify. But if you do verify it, what I can tell you is sunchokes are super easy to grow. The other thing is, these roots here at the end, I'm going to keep these. And replant them. And they will regrow. These plants are fairly young. They're first-year plants. Didn't even know they were here, and they just appeared this year. I think I dropped a couple sunchokes here last year sometime, and they just grew. Here's a nice little one. Oh, look at how long that root is. Here's another one. Be careful, I got a pawpaw right here. I want to dig that up. There. Now we're starting to see some bigger ones here. Right at the base of these guys. Maybe I can harvest them without pulling up the plants. Here's another one. Leave the plants in place and harvest. I'm harvesting from these two. So I'll leave them there. The soil here is very soft. And I got a pawpaw right here, and so I don't want to dig close to it. All right. Yeah, there's one over here. We got these two. All right, put that back. Oh, you can see this one. Another one. Ground is cold. All right. Last one over here I'm going to dig up. Too young, this one. Now this is a shady spot. Good enough. Now what I'm going to do, take these plants that I dug up. So these are first year plants in a shady spot. So yeah, they didn't give, sunchokes are something that you plant over several years. These didn't bloom this year, so we had a drought this year. This was a shady spot. Lots of reasons why they might not have done as well. Usually if they bloom, then you know that they've likely you've got a harvest under the ground. These ones didn't bloom. None of our sunchokes bloomed this year. I heard that was the same thing in a lot of places this year. Sunchokes didn't bloom. So, the thing about sunchokes is, even if you got a tiny little section of root, it'll grow. So that's the thing. That's why you have to be careful about where you plant them. Because if you just leave the tiniest little section of root, then it'll regrow. Put these roots on the shovel here for a moment. Got a whole bunch of them here. I'm just going to put right back here. Also the tiny ones. Here we go. Nice little harvest today. I'm going to put a bunch of these in pots actually. And keep some for the kitchen. There's today's harvest. There's a little harvest of sunchoke volunteers. Take some of these and put them right back here. Just take it and put it in the ground like that. Take it, see the root? A little hole, put it in the ground. This is an area close to the creek that I want to maintain. Hold on to the soil. Dandelion, put that back in the ground. They're good too for that. There may be other sunchokes under there. But this isn't an area I want to dig too much in. I'll wait till the sunchokes are producing a lot more. Because when these things produce a lot, you just pull it up and you'll get a whole bunch of them at the end of the stem. This was a huge harvest of 77 sunchokes that I got in the fall of 2023 out of a single large pot. This pot right here. That was in full sun all day. I used all those sunchokes for a school project. We planted them all that fall at a school in Brockville, Ontario. There's nothing like a plant that grows really easily, grows abundantly, is beautiful, and feeds you for motivating kids to love gardening. So we'll see what happens next year. The other thing is this was, if you've seen in a couple of my earlier videos, this whole area was full of jewelweed that I was using to shade out the pawpaw because I needed the pawpaw to have shade. But next year I don't need as much shade, so I'm not going to allow the jewelweed to grow as much. Hey, Meaty. I'm going to put a couple of these little ones back in too, here and there. All the little ones out. Row of sunchokes. These will help hold on to the soil close to the creek. So you see, sunchokes are a great plant to use for soil building and for soil retention, for preventing soil erosion, because they grow so well. So it's a plant that helps you. Come here. Sunchokes, or Jerusalem artichokes, are a plant that will help you build your soil. They'll help you prevent erosion. They'll give you beautiful flowers. They'll feed you a whole lot. They're a prebiotic. They help you make your yogurt and stuff like that. They're rich in inulin. They're delicious, nutty flavored. They cook as easily as potatoes, except that they cook 5 times faster than potatoes. You can cook a handful of them in about 10 minutes max, nice and soft. They're a really great plant to have. Hey, Midi? They're a really great plant to have. Midi's hungry. You want some sunchokes? I forgot one. Let's put it in the ground. Not too close to the pawpaw. Let's just put it right here. Make a little hole. Throw it in. Don't even need to water it when you do this. It doesn't have any leaves, and those roots are going to survive. And I'll just lay these stems on the soil. So this is the other spot where we have sunchokes. I'll give you another angle so you can see. But there are lots here. There are at least 100 or so. Starting from, I probably had about 5 or 6 little root bulbs. Sunchokes will grow just about anywhere. So if you need to, let's say, mark an area, if you need to do soil building and so on, they will grow. Depending on how much sun they get, they will grow a lot faster. If they get a lot of sun, they'll grow faster, they'll multiply faster. But even in the shade where I harvested those sunchokes, that's mostly, I would say that only gets about maybe 3 hours of full sun per day. All the rest of it, it's mottled shade. I'm not even sure it gets 3 hours of sun a day, full sun. And so, but they grow there. They'll grow anywhere. It's just in the areas that they're shaded, they'll grow more slowly, but they'll still grow. And they'll hold on to the soil for you, build your soil for you, and feed you as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something from it. You found it useful. If you liked it, then please give it the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to leave a question or a comment. I love to respond to your questions and to your comments. And if you haven't done so yet, then subscribe to our channel. Support what we do here just by subscribing. Something else you can do is you can hype the video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.